Cathy Cress again, and I'm back with my YouTube channel, Geriatric Care 1, and we are doing the 24th playlist, which is Death and Dying. And we are now talking about a cultural assessment that would lead to a good death. And again, what I said in the last YouTube is the Western medicine is not the only game in town. That many cultures around the world, we're a small culture actually, have different ways of approaching death. And it's really important to know that as a care manager, as part of working with a death and dying client. And so assessing their degree of acculturation, which is, a lot of people think in a different language and, speak in one, and, can they make decisions in English culture, and do they want to try both Western and Eastern or whatever medicine? And you use a cultural assessment to do that, and that's in the Handbook of Geriatric Care Management. One of the, language preferences, again, I used this before, really finding an interpreter. There's a wonderful film from Stanford about an Afghani family that, because they didn't have an interpreter, did not understand what was going to happen in an operation. And it's a wonderful example of how just getting an interpreter is so important in medicine. And the cultural assessment tasks can be, religious preferences. Like in Tibetan Buddhism, really understanding this, during death there is no crying. That's what they believe in. And so really understanding, when you start working with someone, what exactly are their traditions, and understanding how you can help by being supportive of that. Food preferences. In Hinduism, they eat with their right hand, and I think this is my left. I guess that's my right. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. And they're vegetarians. So, that seems like da-da, but you have to do the cultural assessment before you even start to really understand that, even though people eat less and less as they die. Informing the other care providers is really important. So informing hospice, informing home care, informing palliative care. I mean, they'll do their own assessment, but informing the whole team of what the results were of your cultural assessment, so you can all work together to get the person the death that they wanted, the good death that they wanted. Special arrangements, and this is the end again, care of the body. It is, in the Muslim religion, there's no organ donation. I'm just pulling these out, I did research just the way I want you to do research. So really understanding that in terms of, the whole plan, going through the 5 stages. And use of traditional medicines, and I talked about that. In Hinduism, they believe in holy ash, and they believe that's a great spiritual remedy, that it contains protective features and purifying property. So they would want to use that with death and dying, and really understanding that that's okay, that Western medicine is not the only game in town. So see you next time. Always go to my website, cathycress.com, and please do read Atul Gawande's Being Immortal, and go to my website to find the new webinar that's going to be on death and dying quite soon. Thank you.